Hey Craig, how's it going? What's your opinion on the fixture list? Well, let's start off with the Athletics piece. So the Athletic went through everybody's opening fixtures and they've basically ranked their difficulty, number 1 being the most difficult, right down to number 20 in the Premier League. And Liverpool finished bottom of that pile, meaning, according to the Athletic, we have the easiest opening 5 fixtures of the Premier League. And I'll take that. Now, of course, we'll look through them and we'll talk about them, but this says Liverpool head coach Arne could not have wished for a much better start. Liverpool faced 3 teams who finished in the bottom half last season as promoted sides, and a promoted side, and the former Feyenoord boss gets his feet under the table and adapts to the Premier League. So, our opening 5 fixtures are Ipswich Town, Brentford, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. So, we've every opportunity to get off to a decent start in the league before some difficult fixtures. I mean, if you look at the end of the season, we've got quite a difficult run from our last few games, but we have the opportunity to get in here and get some points on the board, which I will take at this moment in time. So, fixtures, not too bad. You always look through them for more detail, and if you haven't seen the end to the campaign, that's why I was saying that those fixtures are far more difficult. Liverpool finish up with an away trip to Leicester on April 19th, then Spurs at home on the 26th of April, Chelsea away on the 3rd of May, Arsenal at home on the 10th, Brighton away on the 18th, and our last game of the season is a home game against Crystal Palace. So plenty of time to digest and go through all of those fixtures, but we've got a decent start. Now, ironically, we're away from home for, I think, the 5th year in a row. Manchester United have a home opening game for the 8th year in a row, I think, which is incredible. But for us, we should be happy enough with those fixtures. We should be able to get off to a decent start. You never know what to expect when you play a newly promoted team away in the opening day of the season. Obviously, we're going to be taking on Kieran McKenna's Ipswich Town, who won the championship, played some great football. And we have a 12:30 kickoff on the Saturday to start the campaign. So let me know your thoughts on that. And of course, we'll go through all of the transfer talk as well. There's no easy games in the Prem. Fuck me, there's always one. Mate, can we stop with the cheap cliches? I didn't rank these fixtures. The Athletic ranked them from 1 to 20, and I'm merely just talking about it. But nobody's trying to say we're going to win every game this season or anything like that, dude. I mean, we can all trot out the cliches, but we should be happy with these opening fixtures, in my opinion. It's a positive, and it gives Arne Slot time to settle in. Thoughts on Liverpool facing Ipswich Town in the first game at 12:30, said SG. Look, I don't mind the opening game at 12:30. You know, it's not ideal. But when you're looking at for the 12:30 slots, the ones you don't want are the ones after the international break. So you don't want your players coming back late on a Thursday and having to play at 12:30 on a Saturday. So from that perspective, I don't mind the opening one being at 12:30. But it's the ones on the international break we need to keep an eye out for. And it's no surprise to me that TNT wanted that fixture, because Sky would have had first dibs, I think. They have some interesting games coming up in the opening weekend. I think Chelsea City or something like that, which is an interesting one. United are playing on the Friday night, and then TNT Sport picked us for the Saturday lunchtime kickoff. Do you think we'll win the league with Slot? I don't know, Jamie. It's a really difficult question to answer, bro, because we haven't seen a ball being kicked in anger yet, a training session taking place. We haven't heard from the manager. We don't know what business we're going to do. But I think we'll see some good football, and I think we'll enjoy the style that Arne Slot will use. That I feel comfortable saying. But look, I hope we win the league. But to win it in the first year with a new manager, it's a big, big ask, especially with all the changing that's gone on behind the scenes at Liverpool. So, you hope for the best, and that's why I wanted to open with our start to the season. As the Athletic said, it gives us a good chance. So technically, according to the Athletics ranking, Liverpool have the easiest start, the easiest first 5 games of all the 20 Premier League clubs. So if you take that as a given, then Arne Slot has a decent chance to start off with some wins. But I'm not expecting that opening game to be easy at all. At home Ipswich being at home, the first game back in the Prem, with a manager that had them flying in the championship, won it by a canter. I don't think that's going to be easy. Look at Arsenal when, who was it Arsenal played? Was it Brentford or somebody when they were promoted? No, who was it Arsenal played in recent times and they dropped points? Luton, was it? In the opening day of the season? It ain't going to be easy. So we're going to have to be at it from day one, and we're going to have to fight to win that game. But if we can get the win, the fixtures aren't the worst. Who would you put? Brentford. Was it Brentford? It was Brentford, yes. Yeah, so I still remember that as well. So when the championship team come up like that in their first home game, it's a bit of a free hit for them. You know, it's an introduction, it's a baptism of fire, and the crowd are going to be up for it. So I don't think it's going to be an easy game by any stretch. So let's have a look at the poll, actually, because I really am intrigued by this question. Which of the three promoted teams do you think have the best chance of surviving in the Premier League? 68% of you guys so far are going for Leicester City to have the best chance of staying up. I totally understand where you're coming from. You know, it's still a shock to me that Leicester went down because I thought they were too good to go down, but I agree. I think Leicester are probably in the strongest position to stay back up in the Premier League. Henry the Gamer said, another 12:30 kickoff. We don't play very well. We play a 12:30. I don't mind this one as much, mate, because it isn't after an international break. It's the first game of the season, so I'm okay with this one. I hope TNT Sport don't take the Michael all season with it, but this one, I'm okay with it. I'd rather this than the international break 12:30s.